All right, welcome to the Profit First Show. I am your host, Jay Askew. If you're new here, welcome in. If you have been watching the show, welcome back. I'm really excited for today's show. It's a beautiful Saturday. We're still showing up. Anyways, we got 4 exciting topics we're going to be reacting to. And you know, on the Profit First Show, it always boils down to the moolah, the munions, all right? The dead presidents over here. Because at the end of the day, you can either invest it or waste it. And this is why we create videos like this, so we can learn from other people's mistakes, have a good laugh, but also avoid making those same mistakes and grow off of each other. So anyways, if you like this type of content, stick along. And if you want to subscribe, great. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. They are always welcome. Whether you agree, disagree, or just want to ask questions or share your own thoughts and experiences. Without further ado, let's get into tonight's first topic, which is people losing everything in crypto. Insane horror stories. So let's tap in. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
I'm in the process of having to sell my house and reorganize my life. I've got maybe 2 or 3 months worth of usable cash left, and that's it.
Stephen Carr of Meaford, Ontario says after watching a video on YouTube, he decided to reach out to a company which promised he could make money trading commodities, foreign currencies, and cryptocurrencies. He started off with a small investment.
All right, I'm going to just pause right here because I wasn't expecting it to get that bad. Not off of how much he lost potentially, but off of him making a decision to invest into crypto. Now, I'm not an investor in crypto. I invest into options and stocks and ETFs. But when people find people online and they're promised a certain guarantee, just know you can't guarantee. People can't guarantee that you're going to make a profit. You can't guarantee you're going to make a profit. You get what I'm saying? Let's continue.
And says it appeared his funds were going up.
What I didn't know at the time is this trading platform I was working on was a simulation. It wasn't connected to anything.
Carr says over 3 months, he handed over $498,000 to crypto.
They got this man on a simulation, y'all. Let me put this into context for you. A system that's mocking a real system. What? How did he get to this point? Do you know anybody who has fallen into this hole or who has gotten scammed out of crypto? Let me know in the comment section down below. Me, the principle that I go off of is not if it's too good to be true. It probably is, because there's a lot of things that people think is too good to be true. For example, making $50 an hour at a 9 to 5 or making $100,000 a month off of YouTube. A lot of people, most of the people in this world think that those things are too good to be true. There's no way someone can be making $75,000 a month just off of uploading content on Instagram. I don't think that way. I think of it as if someone's giving me a result that usually takes a long-term effort to hit, and they're promising or allowing me to have the perception of receiving that win, that accomplishment in a short amount of time, that's too good to be true. It's kind of like a get rich quick thing. And you can get rich quick, but this ain't the way. He didn't have to put in any type of work. He just puts in money in a money machine and it just prints money. Nah, I'm not going for it, Captain.
He was told his investments had more than doubled, but when he went to take money out, he couldn't.
I'm devastated. I have spoken to several recovery firms, but they're all in the same boat. A lot of them are fraudulent themselves.
Carr reached out to CTV News hoping by sharing his story, he can prevent others from being scammed.
If I can get conned, then a lot of other people can get conned. I'm in the process of having to sell my house and
100%. You know, it's really crazy to think that even if you think that your money is growing, you see it growing, you see it expanding, you see the numbers go up, you see the charts go up, you check it every day, but you don't have access to that money. You get what I'm saying? They're locking in your money, even if the market is doing well, because they're in control of it. It's insane to think this. Let me know in the comment section, have you seen anything like this? Have you been scammed yourself? I personally, a couple years ago, did some sports betting, and it was from a company named Bovita, and I believe they're legit. You know what I'm saying? I learned it from someone else who was legit in doing sports betting, but that was a bad financial decision. I wasn't where I needed to be. I invested, probably not invested, I can't even say invest, man. Probably put in about $20 max, and tried my best to just copy plays from other people in order to grow my money. I grew it to about $100, try to pull it out, and there was some type of regulation to where I couldn't pull it out in a certain amount of time or whatnot. And I just knew at that point, this ain't the game I want to play. I got to actually put my money into things that are real. And don't get me wrong, crypto and stocks and you know, putting your money into something that really doesn't have value until you sell it really isn't real. It's just unrealized gains, basically, until you sell it. But anyways, let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think? What is your opinion? What would you have done in this scenario? Let's continue.
Here is how much money I've lost with day trading. Okay, so I started trading prop firms like July or June, around that time. I forgot about it. Bought my first account. I full ported that bitch first day, lost it, boom, $50 down. I was thinking, all right, nigga, I'm just not gonna full port. Bought a second one. I ended up passing, paid the activation, which was $50 for the account, $150 for activation, so that's another $200. I was 2 days away from a payout. But the payout was only gonna be like $1,500. Nigga, I'm greedy as shit. I said, what the fuck am I gonna do with $1,500? Nigga, that's just another tattoo. So what did I do? I full ported that bitch. Blew the fucking express. Guys, now we're getting into bigger numbers, so I'm not gonna start doing the math. You guys need to do the math. After that, what did I do? I said, okay, I'm just not gonna fucking full port. So I 5x the fuck down. I did not double down, nigga. I had 5x down. I bought 5 more. One thing about a nigga like me, I am a genuine fucking risk taker, nigga. I am a firm believer that you need to take risks. So I took a fucking risk. I tried passing them. It was just taking way too fucking long. So what did I do? I started full porting, gambling those bitches, and I passed. Paid the activation fee, which was like $750 for all 5. So I was like 1,000, I think, or something. Boom. Okay. So I passed those accounts on Friday night, and then I blew them on Sunday night. But luckily for me, that night, there was like an outage it was like a fucking Amazon outage or something like that. So Top Step disputed like all the losses that day, so I had my accounts back. At that time when I blew them, Top Step did not announce that they were going to, discredit like all the losses. So what did I do? I had bought 5 more. So at this point, I had my 5 XFAs and 5 evals just ready. Like, you feel me? They were just ready.
Honestly, I don't know what the hell is going on right now. Like, he sounds like he's putting money in, you pay to play, and yeah, there's certain things like, again, stocks that you have to pay to play in, but it's like, bro, what the hell, bro? Like, all these regulations, and yeah, get your account here, and yeah, this system went down, and you're disputing your money now, and why go through all of this just to make some money? You get what I'm saying? Like, why not learn a more legit way that actually helps you multiply your money without having to go through all of these loopholes for you to come up? That's extra stress.
5 XFAs on CPI. What did I do? I said, all right, fuck it. Like 5 minutes later, I full ported.
You know, I ain't even gonna watch the rest of this because I don't even know what the hell he's talking about.
I'm sorry. I really am. I didn't want to. I mean to ruin anybody's life.
We received that video of a visibly beaten and bruised Aiden Platursky, who calls himself the Crypto King. In the video, he apologizes to investors for losing their money.
I lost close to $45 million. Strictly alone in the crypto market.
Platursky said the video was taken when he was kidnapped last December for 3 days. But he says a lot of it was coerced. Now, 5 men have been charged with kidnapping him. But before we go there, let's rewind. A few years ago, family, friends, and then others started sending Platursky money to invest in crypto. It quickly snowballed to more than 40 million. He was living a lavish lifestyle until it all fell apart last summer when
Yeah, I'm good on being responsible over other people's money. That's why I put a disclaimer in every one of my videos. I am not a financial advisor. I am literally here to react to videos, share my experience, and share things that I have learned that I wish I would have learned earlier to avoid the mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And hear you all's opinion as well. This guy, he set himself up because people will still blame you even if you help them. You can help them make $1 million, and if they lose 10, they're still going to blame you because you're claiming that you are the one they should follow. And a lot of people in this world do not have responsibility. If they actually did have responsibility and accountability over their own money and invested their money, they wouldn't be depending and feeding off the umbilical cord of this creator, of this person who's advertising himself as the guru of whatever type of money market he is in. It is complete insane.
Several investors forced Platursky into a bankruptcy proceeding. So far, that investigation has found Platursky invested less than 2% of investor funds, and he spent at least $16 million on himself.
He didn't even invest 2% of the money that he got from other people that trusted him because he claimed that he was some type of guru for investments.
Forward. In the video, the 24-year-old vows to pay investors back.
I'm gonna do it before I go and buy myself another car, before I go and buy myself expensive clothing, or anything.
One of the 5 men charged in Platursky's alleged kidnapping is this man, Akil Haywood. According to court records, he lost $740,000 investing with Platursky. He was appointed as an inspector in Platursky's bankruptcy proceeding. In that role, he represented the investors trying to recoup their millions. Haywood declined to do an interview with us, but he says he's innocent. This fraud recovery lawyer says he's never seen a bankruptcy where an inspector was charged with kidnapping.
Mr. Haywood would have been privy to the particulars of whatever investigation Grant Thornton was conducting. And
okay, so I'm not sure if you all heard about this on the news, but let me know if you have, by the way, and let me know if you were one of the people who, I guess, trusted him. It wouldn't be me, man. I always knew it's discernment. In the back of my head, I'm like, bruh, if they got to handle my money for me in order for me to earn money, I'd rather learn what they know so I don't have to depend on them. It's just something about having your own and learning how to control your own, how to manage your own as well. I mean, you want to do it as an adult. When you're a teenager and you grow up, you want to have your own car, you want to have your own place, you want to have your own money. Well, when it comes down to investments, lazy adults, they don't want to learn or take responsibility over their own money choices. They want to blame it on somebody else. They want to hand over the money because it's a lot easier to do that. You know what I'm saying? But just because it's easy doesn't mean that it's going to give you the result you want. As a matter of fact, I believe if it's easy, it's not going to give you the result you want. If it's hard, it's going to give you the result you want. And the reason why I say that is because most people don't have the results they want in life, whether it's being in shape, whether it's having enough money to live, quote unquote, comfortably. And people always complain. It's easier to complain. It's easier to relax on the weekends. It's easier after your 9 to 5 to watch Netflix and just eat food and sit down and lay down and then just wake up and repeat over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's hard to upload content every single day. It's hard to go to the gym, even though you don't see results, but you feel the pain in the moment. It's hard to put money aside and make sure that you're investing, you're saving. So if anything were to happen, if you were to lose your job, you have something to fall back on. You get what I'm saying? But systems make it easier for the hard things to just flow. System stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money. We talk about it all the time on the Profit Show. By the way, subscribe if you like the content so far. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I want to also reference a movie that kind of reminds me of this guy, and it might be inspired from this guy, actually, or this whole situation. But it's called Crypto Boy. You guys should definitely watch it. I think it's on Netflix. It's called Crypto Boy. I've watched it like 3 times. It's inspiring because it's like people who are like hungry to make money. They got that desire. They're not lazy, right? But the problem is they're looking for a get rich quick scheme, as in, yeah, put your money, trust it with this person and just hope that it goes up. You know what I'm saying? That's just not it.
I fucking deleted it! Oh my God! Help me! Help me! Help me, God! Oh my God, I deleted it! Oh my God, I fucking deleted it! Wah!
So just to give you all some context on this video, someone's filming their 53-year-old father getting pissed off because he deleted his passcodes to Bitcoin. Now, this isn't so much as someone just throwing their money at someone and they're losing money and they're getting scammed out of it, but it goes to show you how attached people are when it comes down to these things. Now, I'm not saying that he isn't doing something smart with Bitcoin. Again, I'm not invested in Bitcoin myself. Let me know if you are in the comment section down below. But apparently he lost 8.2 million because he deleted his passcode. How does that work? Let me know in the comment section down below. How does that work? I mean, can he reset his passcode? You know what I'm saying? He is screaming and crying as if he actually lost the 8.2 million because he lost his passcode. That's hard to believe. But let me know in the comment section down below. Is it really like that? I actually want to see in the comments real quick. We're going to read in the comments. Someone said there's no way he can't recover a passcode. Not falling for that. If your wealth is one click away from broke, are you really wealthy? Yeah, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm pretty sure he can reset that thing. That's a lot of money just sitting there.
Stupid Bitcoin. I just lost all my money.
I just got back from my holiday and I made a promise to myself for the last 6 months that I wasn't going to check my portfolio. I wasn't going to look at my crypto profits. And I checked my portfolio and I find out that fucking Luna has fucking disappeared. Of all the fucking coins, I put all my money, all my life savings into Luna. Over a year ago, I made $2 million and I come back. It's like a joke. It's like a nightmare. The one coin they say, Luna man is the future UST, or everybody telling me to buy in, and then I see it going down. I'm saying I'm not going to look. They say hodl, right? Hodl. That's what they say.
Here's one thing, right? When you go to social media to get your advice off of what you should invest in, right? And then you're following the crowd. Oh, keep buying, keep buying, keep buying. It's like, bro, are you doing your own homework? Are you doing your own research? You know what I'm saying?
Crypto is to hodl, and I fucking hodl. I hodl my Luna. Now it's completely worthless. It's gone. It's completely gone. Everything I have was in Luna. Everything was in Luna. And you promised me if I hodled, that I'd hold.
So at one point I thought this video was fake, but it's not, guys. He actually lost $2 million. At the end of the video, we saw that he started blaming other people. Oh, you told me to. Yeah, you know how we treat that over here on the Profit First Show, man. We don't go for that victim ass mindset, bro. What is he? Come on, bro. You depended on the internet to be your financial advisor. This is what happens. At least if you're gonna make your own mistake, you made it off of your own choice and you can figure out how to learn from your mistake. But the biggest lesson for you to learn right now, my guy, what's his name? Damien, is don't listen to everybody on the internet. Do your own research. You know how quick things can change? Let me just take it out of the money market for a second, right? Me working on this YouTube channel, there's so much advice off of, making a YouTube channel, making money with a YouTube channel, and how to film and how to script your videos, how to use AI with your YouTube channel. Everybody has their own method. Why? Because they have their own path. Every path worked for everybody that worked it, but you have your own unique path. My YouTube channel is built off of multiple pieces of advice, but I put in more work than I listened to advice. At a certain point, I found out, oh, this works better than that. That works better than this. This doesn't work at all. This works better than that. And I capitalize on that. It's the small, tiny changes that make the bigger picture. And for an example, when we go back to a money market, it's the little details of you being in control of your emotions, not getting out here and getting greedy, just listening to people say, yeah, buy in, buy in, buy in. It's going to go back up. All these little dopamine hits that you think is making a right decision, all to find out that you lost $2 million and you're going to blame other people. Doesn't make sense at all. No responsibility, no accountability. I don't approve of that. What do you all think in the comment section down below? Subscribe if you like the content.
All right, so crypto just took the biggest dump I've ever seen in my life. Solana dipped from $210 all the way to $140, so I'm announcing I will be selling my AMG. This is it. I don't know what to say. I officially have lost it all in crypto. I literally have to sell my car. And yeah, pretty much every asset I have is going to go back towards building up my portfolio.
Car is not an asset, by the way.
Don't leverage trade, have some money in spot, and be careful. All right, so crypto just took the biggest dump.
Dang, I was hoping to get some more context, but the fact that he has to sell his car, you know what I'm saying? I wish this on nobody. But at the end of the day, people sometimes get too high on the horse. At the end of the day, even if you're still making money, they think they can afford these luxury things. But he said he's selling it. Now, hopefully he paid that thing off in cash. You get me? Because if you got a car loan and he's going to go over, bruh, it can be a lot more messy. You get what I'm saying? Depreciated value and everything. And speaking of cars, we're going to cover some car note topics later on in today's show. So stay tuned for that as well. But anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below and subscribe if you like the content. Let's get it. I'm out. Peace. All right, my people, we're going to go ahead and move into the second topic. We're on a roll today. I haven't even had any caffeine, and I'm super energized. I love making this content for you all. If you guys have any questions or, opinions that you guys want to share, the chat is open. I do see the chat. I don't see anything in the chat, so we're going to go ahead and move to the next topic. Let's get into it. All right, so apparently the TSA is not paying TSA agents anymore as for right now for the past 2 weeks because the government shut down. And lines are crazy. TSA agents aren't showing up to work. A lot of chaos is going on. So let's tap in and react to that and see what's going on over there.
Denver International Airport is asking passengers to donate gift cards, not for charity, but for TSA agents who work there, because the federal government isn't paying them right now. So one of the world's busiest airports now asking the public, the traveling public who's coming through, for $10 and $20 gift cards so the TSA employees can buy groceries and gas.
This sounds crazy to me. First thing I think about is the people that have kids. The people that have kids. You know what I'm saying? Single mothers, maybe single fathers, those that depend on that single income, unfortunately, in order to feed their families. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind tipping at all. All right. You know what? We can't call it tipping. They're probably not able to take tips. So that's why they're saying give gift cards. So sure, would be more than willing to give a gift card. What would you do? Would you care enough? Or would you be like, nah, it's not my problem. It's the government. It's the Democrats. It's the Republicans. It's the Democrats, by the way. Don't argue with me on this. It's the Democrats, by the way. But what would you do in this situation? Let's continue.
Federal employees working at federal security checkpoints for the TSA at one of the world's busiest airports, but they're not getting paid. So now Denver International Airport has set up donation bins in the terminal, asking passengers who are traveling through to drop off King Soopers, Safeway, Costco gift cards so that the TSA employees who haven't been paid can buy groceries and gas. The CEO of the airport says that TSA employees just missed their first paycheck. Spring break travel about to get super busy. So while these people screen millions of passengers every year at the airport, keeping everyone safe, at this point, they need help trying to get groceries and gas. Props to the airport for trying to help them out. But wow, that's
actually super beneficial to have your workplace put an announcement out there and say, hey, if you guys really want to help out because of what's going on, then you guys can buy these gift cards for our workers and whatnot. So that's beneficial. I mean, I know it's a crazy scenario, and we're going to see in a couple of seconds how crazy these airports actually look because people need to get to where they need to be, right? But these workers aren't getting paid. A lot of them aren't showing up. And, well, unfortunately, a lot of people just do work just to get paid. And you should get paid. But when it comes down to being an entrepreneur and capitalizing off of the money that you make as an entrepreneur, there's a lot of times where you aren't getting paid for the work that you do. It's called built up momentum. And personally, me, I'm used to that. There was plenty of jobs where I was working, sales, and it was commission only. And the efforts you put in, you get paid for the efforts. You don't get paid for the time. You get paid for the result. This ain't one of those jobs. So people are just going through it.
I don't care how you slice it, TSA agents across the United States of America should all be calling out of work sick. And I've seen a couple of comments like this one where it says that they signed paperwork and it says that they can't boycott. I didn't say boycott. I said, I got a call. I might have COVID. I think it's contagious. I got the flu. Can't come in, so sorry. Because they're not going to lose more than they already have lost. There are people literally going homeless while going to work. Someone make that make sense for me. In an industry, mind you, that makes hundreds of billions.
But let me say this, though. Before she even starts complaining about how the government or the jobs, how they should actually care for their workers more, I'm pretty sure that's where it's going to go. But we're going to see in a couple seconds. People need to be way more mindful of their spending habits and what to do with the money that they make. Unfortunately, the money that you make at your 9 to 5 is never going to be enough because you are in the rat race. You're trading your time for money. All right. Capitalizing on the money that you make is going to help you feel more financially secure. And it's because you're buying things called assets, not liabilities, not a home. I know a lot of you are all like, well, home is an asset. Not if your ass is living in it and you got to do renovations and you got a mortgage that you got to pay off for 20 years. And there's no way that you're going to get any type of money back unless you wait years and years and years in order for you to get some type of equity. If the market is good in the moment, hey, we ain't talking about the anomaly, okay? We're talking about right now. We're talking about the money that's coming in every 2 weeks and every month. People got bills to pay. At the end of the day, you need to make a lot more money than what you spend. You need to make a lot more money than what the world says is good money, because the truth is most people are okay with just getting a 2-week paycheck as long as they get that 2-week paycheck. As soon as it stops, can't live on it. Can't, you know what I'm saying? The cash flow stopped. What other things do you have working for you? Let's continue.
Of dollars for this country per year. TSA agents have one of the most powerful positions in this nation right now, outside of our military, to say no. Number one, because TSA ensures the safety of people traveling by air. You cannot skip that crucial step before you get on a flight. Number two, this idea that they will be fired if they did this en masse. As a collective, the reality is they cannot fire everybody. Also, the reality is they ain't even getting paid in the first place. But TSA agents are trained to do their job, and that takes both time and money to do so. You think they're going to be able to replace people within 24, 48, 72?
100% no, not at all.
2 hours? Absolutely not. And as I said before, those planes get grounded. Those billionaire CEOs lose money. Those billionaire CEOs lose money. They going to be making some calls to the powers that be. Those same
Democrats, people, Democrats. Actually, there's some research that I'm going to pull up right now. All right. I want y'all to check this out. I did some research. I got an article on this, on what's happening, because I'm not just speaking at the side of my neck. Check this out. According to NPR, the person who wrote this article is named Joel Rose, and it reads this: TSA workers miss a full paycheck while travelers keep paying airport security fees. Millions of spring break travelers are heading to the airport this month, and Johnny Jones was hoping to be one of them. But the ongoing shutdown at the Department of Homeland Security forces family to cancel its vacation plans. I won't be traveling anywhere, he says, but I'll be helping out getting people to where they're going, said Jones, a TSA security officer at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. He also serves as the security treasurer of the American Federation of Government Employees Council 100, which represents about 45,000 TSA officers nationwide. Those TSA officers have been working without pay since funding for the Department of Homeland Security lapsed on February 14th. As of today's date, it's March 14th. They've already missed part of one paycheck, and many security officers received no money at all in their paychecks on Friday as the partial shutdown approached the 1-month mark. They're panicking, they're scared, they're afraid, and they don't know what they're going to do, Jones said in an interview. The majority of TSA employees work paycheck to paycheck. That's the first problem. This ain't a shutdown issue. This is a paycheck to paycheck issue. If some people had at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses, they wouldn't be so stressed. That's the cold hard truth Americans don't want to hear, though. It's called sacrifice, Jones said, and don't have enough savings to cover their expenses. That's what I just said. Jones said they're just flat out not paying their bills because they don't have any money, he said. Passengers have encouraged hours-long security lines at major airports in Houston, Atlanta, New Orleans, Austin, and elsewhere, as many TSA officers have called out sick. Some officers have taken on second jobs in order to make ends meet, Jones said. The officers can't afford to come to work. The gas is expensive right now, said Suzette, a security officer at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, who's worked for TSA for more than 2 decades. 20 years. All right. Now, I'm not sure if she's in this position, but imagine working somewhere 20 years and you not having at least 3 months of savings in your account. And don't hit me with that BS. Oh, Jay, life happens and stuff. Yeah, life happens, but we're talking about 20 years. 20 years. There has to be now again, maybe she's not in this predicament where she doesn't have a savings. This is just somebody just sharing their own quotes. But 20 years working somewhere, or 20 years working in general, even if it's at multiple different jobs, you don't have 3 months of living expenses. You need to decrease your living expenses and increase your income and save. You get what I'm saying? A little $5,000 can go a long way. Maybe it'll cover your 1 month expenses if you're not living too high on the horse. She requested we only use the middle name Okay, cool. All right, so here we go right here. Here's where the government is involved. All right, people have childcare. You have a mortgage that you have to pay. Suzette told NPR's Morning Edition. Where are you going to get that money to pay? Where are you going to get that money from to pay? DHS has blamed the long lines on Democrats in a series of social media statements over the weekend, though Democrats say Republicans are also to blame. So here we go again, Democrats versus Republicans. Democrats have refused to approve DHS's budget unless GOP lawmakers and the White House agree on changes on how immigration officers operate after the fatal shooting of two American citizens in Minneapolis. Senate Democrats introduced bills to fund TSA and other components of DHS instead, but Republicans blocked them. So it sounds like new stipulations. More than 100,000 DHS workers will miss their first full paycheck Friday, according to the White House, including employees at the Federal Emergency Management Agency, which is FEMA, or Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, which is CISA, and the TSA. People are still booking flights. It's a lot going on right now. And honestly, I believe it's the Democrats. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I believe it's the Democrats holding it back again. A lot of people vote Democrat and they're like, hey, it's just, I'm not even going to get into too many politics right now because there's a lot of strings that I can pull, but you can't fully agree on each side 100%. It's just too much. But when it comes down to something like this, it's the Democrats that's holding it back, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you like the content.
Well, they said don't leave Houston on a Sunday. Bitch, we can't.
I just want to take a public service announcement and say, look at this ridiculous crowd. This is the TSA line.
We can't. If I want to go right now, we can't go nowhere. We stuck in this motherfucker. The line long as hell. We've been standing in line how long? About an hour. Over an hour.
We just got off of a flight back home to Virginia from Miami. Thank God we weren't flying around this time. Man, this was literally like the week before they stopped paying TSA officers again.
And that big old web over there, over yonder, way to the back. You can't even see it. We in that bit.
So let me know in the comment section down below, have you been caught up in one of these lines because TSA workers aren't showing up to work? How long did you wait? And I guess, was it a good experience? Was it a bad experience? I mean, it seems like a bad experience, but honestly, we don't know yet. All right. We haven't heard too much feedback from people on social media. That's why I'm reacting to them right now.
Yeah. How did I show up almost 6 hours early for my flight and still stressed about missing it? No, seriously. Look at this. This video is sped up 2.6x. and it's still taking forever. Child, the TSA line was so long, it went from check-in, past baggage claim, and all the way down to passenger pickup. Like, huh? At this point, the line looks like it's about to leave the airport itself, okay? And you know the lines were long because from time to time, you had people set up in little carts passing out waters and snacks to keep us from passing out because some of us had been standing in line for 4 hours. Even the news showed up.
Yo, 4 to 6 hours is insane. I guess I got my answer off of that question earlier. That is insane. Insane. 4 to 6 hours, man. How would I go about this? I would at least have to be making some type of money or doing something that's generating some type of income. Maybe editing videos, something. You know what I'm saying? Watching a course or something, man. 4 to 6 hours standing? Ooh, I would have been pissed. What would you have done in this scenario? Would you have canceled your flight, or would it be a mandatory thing and be like, there's no way I can not catch this flight? You know what I'm saying? Some people probably missing their flight because waiting 4 to 6 hours, and most of the time you don't have to wait that long in the airport at all in order for you to be on time. But in a situation like this, I can only imagine. Anyway, subscribe if you like the content. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let's get it. All right, we're moving to the third topic. We're going to keep it on the roll. Third topic of today on the Profit First Show. I don't see any chats. So, third topic of today is insane car payments. And they're so crazy they should be illegal, basically. Let's get into it. Subscribe if you like the content. Let's go.
Fix your car. If your car is paid off and something goes wrong, just go ahead and take it to the shop and get it fixed. Do not listen to people that are trying to influence you to go ahead and get a car note. You are going to hurt financially. They saying the minimum car notes now are going for $700. Within 2 months of paying that car note, or even 3 months, you could have paid to go ahead and get your paid off car fixed. Fix the car.
Here's what I'm gonna say, because I came from a 2004 Volkswagen Passat. It had about 300,000 miles on it, and it still runs. I just got tired of fixing the car and having to pay for it. Every 2 to 3 weeks, I was forking out about $250 for parts and labor. And then one of the last problems for me with the car before, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to just suck it up and just get a car, even if it involves me getting a car note, because I was saving in order to buy a car cash, but it just didn't happen in enough time, unfortunately. And just a year and a half ago, I wasn't wise with my finances. Like I will clearly state my wrongs on the show and on my content. But what I will say is my car note is about $600. It doesn't, like, when someone says they got a $2,000 car note, bruh, I don't know. They got a luxury car or something like that, man. But I did the calculations. My car note, if we're looking at what I make annually, is only about 13% of my annual income. That's just with my 9 to 5. That's not any extra sources of income when it comes down to stocks, when it comes down to a high yield savings account, and when it comes down to YouTube income as well. But 13%, I can live with that, because my rent isn't that much either, because we share where we're living right now. And that's where when I make these type of videos and I tell people, like, you got to lower your living expenses, I'm not just saying it just so I can just shit on people, man. Like, I had to move out of my own apartment where I was paying $2,000 a month because I needed to make more income. I need to have a savings account. I needed to have a couple thousand into my brokerage account and get back on my 2 feet, increase my credit score, but also be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like, have enough money just in case if anything happens, I'm covered. You feel me? A lot of people, I read some of the comments sometimes, they're like, oh, Jay, well, you're young and you don't make a lot of money. Bruh, it ain't about how much money you make. First of all, you don't know how much money I make. Second of all, it's not about how much you make. It's about what you do with what you make. All right, but let's continue on.
I will be paying $1,500 towards my car note for the next 11 months, even though my car note is half of that. I have decided that 2026 is the year that I get out of debt when it comes to cars. I have never had a car note before, and I only got one towards the end of 2024. And now that I've been in it for a year, I've only got another year in me. I have a 2025 Tesla Model 3. I love her.
Shout out to my Tesla owners. I know a lot of y'all like, Elon, we don't like Elon. Bro, you ain't got to like the person. You can like the car. How many of you all like Tim Cook? Do you know who Tim Cook is? The CEO of Apple. How many of you all like, we gonna stop right there. But anyways, you ain't gotta like the person. You can like the product, okay? Just because you buy a product doesn't mean that you're supporting the person on whatever they're doing.
Enjoy her, but I do not enjoy this car note. I will put it here, but I am scheduled to pay her off by December of 2020.
Okay, she got $17,500 left. A lot better than just buying a new Tesla. People be paying $45,000, $40,000 for a new Tesla, and it depreciates. On top of that, I love that method. I was definitely going to do that back starting in November after, because I got my Tesla and my car back in October 2025. By November, I was going to pay double what my car note is to, shorten that interest basically and make sure that it's paid off a lot quicker. I started doing Uber. But I learned pretty quick, I get tired after working 8 to 9 hours and then working out for 8 hours and then doing Uber for about 2 hours and doing that 5 to 6 days a week. I was like, yeah, here's what I'm going to do. Make that money, put it into my savings account, work my butt off with YouTube. Then I can make money from any location and anytime, having the asset work for me even while I sleep. Therefore, the extra money that I make, I can use to get out of debt. But what has been your method with paying off a car note? If you've ever had a car note, how aggressive were you to it? What was your interest rate? I'm interested to know. Let me know in the comment section down below.
27. I want to have her paid off by December of 2026. Now, I'm in a fortunate position where when I got my Tesla, they were running a special of 0% APR. So all of my payments so far only go towards the principal I have.
Bruh, she is so blessed. What? Come on, man. 0%? That's what I'm talking about. This is the first time on the Profit First show we ever heard somebody say their interest rate was 0%.
No interest. Around mid-July of 2025, that is when I started making $1,000 towards my car payments. So my payment is technically $791.30, but I opt into paying an additional $208.70 so that it makes it an even $1,000. So as of the end of January, I will owe $16,500 on my Tesla. I went into Excel and I did some numbers. This is my payment schedule for the next 11 months if I want to be able to pay off the remaining 16.
I love that. And this is exactly what people need to do with their other finances when they talk about mortgage and rent and all this stuff. You need to make sure, I know rent you're never going to be able to pay off, but we're talking about things that you can pay off actually, right? Making a plan, because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Let me say that again. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. All right. If you ain't got no plan, it's going to be very hard for you to stick to it because you can't even see what you're supposed to stick to, let alone how do you stick to it when you had a plan in front of you. Systems, saving yourself time, energy, and money, making sure that things are automated, making sure that your bills are on auto pay, but you got that separate account where the money's always sitting there. Therefore, you ain't got to worry about missing nothing. It's just automatically getting taken out off of you getting paid, and your paycheck, your job is sending direct deposits in these different accounts. Most people ain't going to do that because they live in paycheck to paycheck. Their expenses are way too high. They can't split up their bills because they don't want to lower their living expenses. But shout out to this creator. I love this. It's very inspirational. And I just love it because you barely run into people like this who talk about or complain she's tired of paying that monthly bill to pay off her car, even with 0% APR, man.
$1,500 in the next 11 months. I need to be paying $1,500 for the next 11 months. Now, fortunately, I'm in a position where that is not impossible. It's just annoying to be able to do that because it requires sacrifices on my part, but
But it does require sacrifices on everybody's part, whether you got 0% APR or not. That's what I'm saying right now. That word sacrifice ain't sexy, but you got to do it if you want to be in a position where most people aren't. It's not sexy going to the gym 5 days a week, but I'm going to do it. Why? Because I want a lifestyle that most people don't have. I don't want to be big as hell. I don't want to have to I don't want to be out of breath. I don't want to, when the sun is out, have to feel like I got to cover up my body because I you know what I'm saying, I ain't got confidence in my body. It is what it is. I said what I said, man. And it's okay. We're all human. We can all be in a position and improve from it. But damn it, if I have a day to improve, you better bet I'm going to take advantage of it. That's why I upload content every single day. Why? Because I ain't going to be the type of person to whine about, oh my God, YouTube isn't working because I'm uploading one video per week. And I put so much effort into every damn video. You think I'm going to let one day go by and I'm not going to improve off of who I used to be yesterday? You tripping. This is the Profit First show, man. We got an entrepreneurial mindset. We don't complain. If we do complain, we put a timer to it and we readjust. We make sure we're making the money in multiple ways and we readjust. We want the best out of life and everything, man. You know what I'm saying? I went on a rant there, but let me continue, man. Let's go.
More than willing to make those sacrifices. I am more than willing to put less in my savings. I am more than willing to cut expenses in certain areas just so that I can be able to make that additional $500 every month. If it means that by next year, I no longer have to pay anything towards my car. It is worth it for me because when I do the math, my insurance on average costs me between $120 to $150 a month. And then for charging, I can go less than $100 a month on charging. Heck, $50 a month is what I can spend if I do things right on charging. So
here's one thing I would do though, because she is at a 0% APR. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? She's putting double the amount, right? She's making $1,000 for the payments, right? If she were to put some of that into investments to where, it would capitalize, and then she could use that passive income to do that as well, that would be awesome. But you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own path.
Okay, y'all, so let's talk about it. So I recently purchased a 2023 EQB 300 Mercedes-Benz, and I haven't even had this car for a month yet, right? But
As soon as I hear Mercedes, I'm like, bro, not worth it. Not worth it.
I really want to let everybody know, because I know people were thinking it, because I know how I used to think, and I know how black people think. Oh, T, why'd you get a Mercedes-Benz? It's super expensive. You're gonna have high maintenance and all this stuff, right? But let me tell y'all,
That ain't a black people thing. That's numbers. That's numbers. Numbers don't have colors.
this, right? First of all, I have an electric car, but we're not even going to get into the car details. We need to get into the car facts, right? So my car note is literally very similar, if not the same, or for some people even cheaper than people who are not driving a luxury car. And you know, my credit does play a role in that and other things as well. But ultimately, guys, I know people who are driving Kias. I know people who are driving Hondas, you know, Toyotas, that are literally paying $500 plus, $600 plus just on car note. And that probably has a lot to do with their credit and maybe the money they put down, stuff like that, right? But I am only paying, y'all want to know how much I pay my car note?
I just want to say this as well, because I didn't learn this until I actually got my first car loan. Yeah, it depends on your credit. Yeah, it depends on how much you put down. But at the same time, you really just want to focus on how much interest you have, because you could be paying $500 a month for your car note, which is under the average of most people. But if 400 of those dollars go towards interest, that's terrible. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's terrible. Like, I don't care how much it is a month, because if it's going towards interest in the long run, I'm losing most of my money in the first place. Let's see. Because people be flexing all the time. Oh, my car note's only $200. Bruh, how much of that is interest? My car note's $200 my car note's $200 a month. People think they can afford the thing because they can afford the payment.
I am only paying $600 for my car note, right? I know
I pay $600 for my car note. I thought the way she was speaking about it, I thought it was going to be like 300, maybe 400 at the most. That's not a good, I don't like my number. You know what I'm saying? I pay that thing on a weekly basis, 150, 150, 150, 150, you know, to decrease what my APR is right now, and also to have more money go towards the principal.
somebody who has a Kia that is paying $550 that had to put money down. I didn't have to put anything down to get this car.
And let's stop flexing about how much money you had to put down, because you still owe the money on the car regardless. What do people be saying online? Can we normalize? You know what I'm saying? Can we normalize, stop flexing on how much money you had to put down, because your ass still got to pay it? This is how you know people think so short term. They think short term. How much money I got to pay today? Nothing. Oh, shoot. Yeah, let me get it. Let me sign them papers. How you think these credit card companies come up off of people? Oh, how much? Oh, you get 0% APR for the first year. What? Man, so what? I'm interest free. I can make payments and I'm good. They want you to overspend, so when you don't pay your credit card bill off in full every single month, when that year lapses, your ass paying interest. And then on top of that, you don't even know your interest rate yet, right? And yeah, you can cancel, but it's going to hurt your credit score because the amount of your available credit is going to decrease. Give me a break, bro. Having a down payment not having a down payment isn't a flex. Not having a car note is the flex. I said what I said.
All right. But my car note was originally $602. Okay, with no money down for this Mercedes-Benz, right? But I decided to add some provisions so I don't have to worry about nothing, because the first thing people say, oh, well, T, you know, think about maintenance, think about tires, think about that. Yeah, baby, I thought about it, okay? So yes, I pay more than $602 for my car note, so I don't have to worry about anything because it comes included, right? I don't have to worry about tires, because just to change all 4 tires, that's like 2 bands. Baby, I'm not paying that, baby. So I decided to increase my car notes, okay, no more than $100, to make sure that I was covered in the long run. See, a lot of people, they will get that cheap car note, but then, baby, when it's time to get the car fixed and when the car has problems, baby, you don't have the money, babe. So you're shit out of luck, right? You're shit out of luck. Now you might be without a car because you don't have that 2K, that 1 band to actually spend to fix your car, right? Secondly, I have an electric car, baby. I don't have engine problems. There is no engine.
That's one of the things that I love about electric cars is that there's literally no maintenance. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't like it because, oh yeah, where's battery and range and stuff, bro? I ain't got to worry about no damn belts. I ain't got to worry about no damn transmission. I ain't got to worry about no damn oil change, no tune-ups, no spark plugs, none of that BS. As a matter of fact, Tesla be telling me what's wrong with it before I can tell what's wrong with it. And it's hella convenient. Look, I might as well just be a Tesla sales rep at this point, but they don't pay commission. So, and they're not sponsored in this video. So those of you who are like, bro, I'm tired of you talking about Tesla, you're dismissed. Because I'm going to talk about what I like on the Profit First show. You know what I'm saying? It's the whole point of YouTube. But check this out. So the other day, something was up with my car. It was making a little squeaky noise just because it was like snowing and sleeting and hot and then cold. That's Virginia weather for you. But it was a little squeaky noise, going at about 5 miles per hour. And then, so I put in a request on my app. All right. I'm not going to show y'all actually, I don't want to show y'all because my address is showing, but, I put in a service request, right? I'll show y'all this. I put in a service request on my app, told the app what was wrong with my car, and they got AI integrated into the app where it told me to troubleshoot it manually by myself to see it to stop the problem, which it did. And so I'm like, cool. But at the same time, it said if it persists, which it has been, just set an appointment. I set an appointment. It chose a location that's about 30 minutes away from here, 35 minutes away from here. And then it gave me a quote within 10 minutes about how much it would cost, where to drop off my car, how long it would take to get done. Bada boom, bada bing. I'm not even worried about, you know what I'm saying? Man, who's a good mechanic? You know what I'm saying? It's Tesla fixing my car. I don't know if other electric car companies have that type of feature, but it's very beneficial. And especially knowing that I ain't got no engine underneath the hood that I got to worry about. I'm not a car guy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm one of the rare ones. I'm not a car guy. I'm a gym guy. I'm a tech guy. And I'm a YouTube guy.
I can't even pop the trunk. Pop the hood. I can't. There's no way. I can only pop the trunk. So with that being said, babe, the only thing I really have to worry about is keeping up with the interior, making sure the seats is nice, making sure I get my car washed, and also making sure that, my bad, y'all, somebody was literally staring at me, and also making sure I keep up with the tires, as I said before. But because I paid extra in my car note, I don't have to worry about that financially, babe. I don't. So
I don't understand. Because she paid extra in her car note, she don't gotta worry about certain expenses. Is she putting that money into a savings account? Like, what is going on? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. We read the comments and people say my Benz note is $632 too. Definitely put $0 down. Again, not a flex to be talking about, oh, I put $0 down, bro. You still got to pay the money for the car. Stop. Someone else said for a lease, $600 is crazy. So she got her car leased? A lease. I missed that part. Yeah, that's diabolical. Oh. So, oh yeah. Well, she's definitely disqualified when it comes down to something like that. Like, we don't do leases. You don't even get to own the thing. And yeah, you can flex. Yeah, you got to do no maintenance. Okay, cool. It's not your car. Why would you expect yourself to do maintenance on a car that you don't own? You know what I'm saying? You will forever be paying for the car. And then they have your ass loop right back around and continue paying payments, and you don't ever own the car. At some point, you can own a car. I know it might be hard to believe. You can own a car and not have a car note or a lease payment. I'm good on that, man. That's like them little phone programs they be telling y'all about. Oh, you can get the new iPhone 17 Pro Max for only, I don't know, $50 per line or whatever, right? And then they got a program where you're like, turn in your phone and you can get credit. Bro, you just trying to tie me into another payment or have me pay another $1,000 or so, man. I'm good, bro. You know what? I make this video. You know how I make my YouTube videos? On an iPhone 14 Pro Max. That's paid off for 3 years. And my main phone is an iPhone 14 Plus. That's been paid off for 3 years. You know how much I bought this phone for? $150. I bought it off of somebody I know because I'm not paying $1,000 for no phone that can do the same thing that most people just waste and don't make money from and do the same thing. The phone that I use to react to videos that you all see is an iPhone XR. I keep it plugged up into my MacBook and we filming. I don't even know how much this cost. This was an old phone and it got a crack in it, bro. I'm good. these companies know how to get people into a financial trap, and it's sad because people flex about the wrong things. I put $0 down. How much do you own a car? I don't care how much you put down. How much do you own a car? We know the more you put down, the less you'll owe over time. But you're talking about $0 payments or $0 down payment and you leasing it? That's not a dub. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below.
Y'all, the reason why I'm sharing this information with you guys, because I don't want you guys to be like 17 thinking about getting your dream car.
Hold on, bro. 970 what? 900?
Y'all, the reason why I'm sharing
$978 a month on a car note, on a Jeep. I think Jeeps look sweet, but on a Jeep.
This information with you guys because I don't want you guys to be like 17 thinking about getting your dream car. If you don't have the money for it, don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, I just want to document my journey, how I'm going to get rid of it, right? So basically, boom, I financed this car. The vehicle in total was $39,000, right? But I was upside down 10,000, basically like 10,000.
So a $39,000 Jeep that got 40,000 miles on it. Y'all think that's a good deal? Now, I know a Tesla isn't the same value as a Jeep, and they're two different cars, two different reasons, two different buyer demographics or whatever, but a new Tesla is 40 grand. A used Jeep at 40 or 39,000 miles is still 40 grand.
I traded my old Kia, and I didn't know, the dealership didn't tell me that the Kia's been in a lot of accidents. It hit a motorcycle, it hit a person. Like, they didn't tell me none of this shit when I got the Kia. I'm thinking like nothing's wrong with the Kia. It hasn't been in no car crashes. I asked him, he said no. So I'm thinking everything's okay, which was cap. Everything was not okay. But it is what it is. I financed it for 14. What is it called? It's called APR, something like that. 14%. I financed that for that, and my loan was $46,000, right, y'all? Almost 2 years later, the car is I still have $40,000 on the car. So basically,
this is why I be saying it don't matter how much your payments are, how much is going towards interest and principal. Oh, we can get this car to you for $500 a month. Okay, how much is that going towards the interest? I don't care. They know how to get people in a financial trap that aren't financially educated.
Basically, I've been paying for fucking what? I want to tell you guys, but I don't want to show you guys my VIN number. But like, deadass, y'all, like, this shit is crazy, y'all. It's crazy. Like, how do I show you guys without telling you guys too much?
Look. Anyways, let's say hers is 14%, right? 14.06. I didn't know until I got my own car that it's APR, y'all. So 14% for that year off of what you owe on the car. The second year, you're paying 14% again. So if you're paying a car for 5 years, I'm bringing up the calculator right now. If you're paying a car for 5 years at 14% APR, you're doing 14 times 5. Over 5 years, you're paying 70% of whatever you owe on that car. Extra. So if the car is $40,000, right? I ain't gonna even get that deep. Just know that the 14% isn't just 14%. It's 14% every single year. So if you get a 5-year car note, your ass paying 70% of whatever that balance is on that car. And people flexing about payments. And they flexing about how much money they put down or didn't have to put down. Get out of here. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense because once you find out how much of a financial trap this is, you can't go back. It's like the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? Take the red pill, take the blue pill. You take this red pill, you know what I'm saying? You can't go back. Take the blue pill, you go back to your everyday lifestyle, being a consumer, not worried about interest rates, but worried about payments. Damn it, give me 2 red pills if it's gonna help me get out this situation. Give me 2 red pills. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. And it's like, this shit is just like, you know, me struggling right now. My mom doesn't know I'm struggling. My mom is struggling too. And it's just like, it's hard because like, I've been making the ends meet with DoorDash. If it wasn't for DoorDash, I wouldn't
I wouldn't even be able to eat. And it's like, this car is on my...
Yeah, see, that's when your expenses are too high. So anyways, I have actually reacted to some of these videos from this creator before in the past. And so I did a little bit more deeper research off of seeing where she's at now, because I hope the best for these people. You know what I'm saying? I've been in situations similar to this, and I've had to decrease my living, decrease my living expenses, increase my income, right? And put my work ethics into vehicles that generate income for me 25/8. All right. That's a sarcastic way of saying 24/7, by the way, for people that went over their head. But anyways, bro, she's doing OnlyFans now. I know that might have hit y'all in the face and be like, bro, what? Like OnlyFans? What? Bro, she's doing OnlyFans now, bro. People break their principles when they are broke. If this doesn't motivate you to get on your shit, get your money in order. I ain't saying you're going to be doing OnlyFans. I ain't doing OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? But just imagine that. You're not able to afford living because of your choices. You're still working a job, because she's still working a job. I told you I did research on her to see like, oh, where's she at, right? And then you're exploiting your body. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, some people enjoy that, but I know most people don't have that mindset towards, oh, if it doesn't work, I'm gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? Bro, she's doing OnlyFans now. Surprise.
So everybody car note is $700 or more. And don't come on here lying saying that your car note is $400, because I'm not gonna believe you unless you show proof. Since I have been buying cars, I have not paid under $400 for a car note. And when my car note was $400.01, that was back in 2017. Every vehicle I have purchased since then has been at least $550 or more. So what y'all doing to these vehicles that we gotta pay so much money? And don't come out here talking about you got good credit, because everybody don't have a 800 credit score. And it's like everybody that I seen recently about a car, it's been like $850, $900, sometimes $1,000.
What kind of cars are they getting? What the hell?
Why y'all want so much for these vehicles? Like, no, they must gonna talk to me. They must gonna drive for me or something. So what kind of vehicle you got and how much your car note?
Maybe people are getting their cars refinanced. But anyways, I would like to know her car note if she didn't already explain it. You know what I'm saying? Someone said, I went to the dealership last week and they told me $820 for a 2025 Kia KS. It's still on the lot. Bro, Kia's, Kia's, I ain't gonna shit on no Kia. I'm just asking. Why would a Kia be $820 a month? Gotta be terrible credit. Look, the next comment says your credit score gotta be a 400. Someone and they replied and said 560. That's still bad. Someone else said, yeah, a 560 score is why it's so much for that cheap K5. Yeah, insane. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you like the content. Let's get it. All right, my people, we're going to go ahead and jump into the fourth topic of today's show, which is UPS workers are refusing to accept a buyout of $150,000 because, well, the company is trying to get rid of some drivers. Let's go ahead and deep dive into it and see what the drivers are saying in this scenario.
Well, it's happened. They talked about the UPS buyout today, which honestly is a joke. Anybody that takes it is out of their mind. I feel like if you're about to retire or something like that, it might be worth it, but they're offering us $1,800 per year that you've worked, which is nuts. I've been with UPS for 10 years. Like, that's a slap in the face for everything.
Wait a minute. So it's really $1,800 per year that you worked. Run that back, Turbo. Let's hold on.
$1,800 per year that you've worked, which is nuts.
Okay. All right. So I heard that correct. That's insane. Now, I heard on the internet 150 grand. Maybe that's up to 150 grand. You know how people be, you know what I'm saying? The fine print, up to 150 grand. $1,800 per year. You got to work 10 years there to get $18,000. You got to work 20 years there for you to get $36,000. They're trying to get rid of the people who have been there the longest. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. So for the people who've been working there any less than 20 years, shit, any less than 30 years almost, maybe, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be a win for them.
I've been with UPS for 10 years. Like, that's a slap in the face for everything that we've worked for. So do not fall for that. If you are a driver, don't take it, don't do it. It's ridiculous. You are worth so much more than that. Know your worth, always.
Yep. So, let's see what the comment section has to say. Someone said they are trying to push out the higher paid people and bring in lower paid people, and they will continue to try to cycle them out. That way FedEx Express is doing the same thing. Okay, cool. So the higher paid people are probably the people who have been there the longest, since it's based off of time, 1,800 per year. Comments underneath that said they need to people be 70 years old still trying to work because they didn't save up or have priorities straight to retire. So I say force them out so new drivers can earn money. Now, I don't completely agree with that. I don't want to be 60, 70 years old and just saying like, oh man, I don't want to work. Like, let me be clear. I don't think people actually just don't want to do anything with their day. Like, I believe people want to be productive. They want to feel good. They want to be, contributors. It's just that people are obligated to work because they have expenses. They got bills every month, as we all do, but they don't put their money into vehicles that actually earn them passive income, which makes them have to work. You know what I'm saying? And they don't invest into themselves, which makes them stay stuck. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that they should push people out that are older that just want to work. Now, if they're not able to do the job, that's completely different, but that's for their own safety and for the company's numbers. Like, the company has to make money in order to keep paying people. But what do you think about this? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let's continue.
UPS 2.0 buyout, $150K to go ahead and retire early. Let's talk about it. Now, for the record, I am on break, so let's get that out of the way. But yeah, UPS, straight from corporate this morning, went ahead and announced that they're offering any driver, regardless of the amount of time you've been with the company, $150,000 to retire early and walk away from UPS. What this really is UPS is looking to do layoffs. Now, because we are union, drivers in those positions are safe, and we are the ones that make the most out of any position within the company as far as labor. This year, UPS is looking to downsizing 30,000 employees from the current 300,000 union members that are in the United States. What this means. Now, what I think is that UPS in the long run is looking to eventually step away from the union so that way that they can hire cheaper labor to do the positions that we do here, i.e. drivers, and not having to pay us what they pay us at top.
And let me be clear on this as well, because yesterday I saw this in the news. Y'all better be ready for autonomous vehicles, autonomous trucks. You better be ready for it. The trucking industry has changed. It's been changed. Technology has surpassed truck driving. I'm not downing the truck drivers. I got family that's truck drivers, all respect to them. But technology is what these companies are going to start investing in as well, because you don't have to pay technology. You just got to maintain it. You know what I'm saying? They don't get tired. You just got to recharge them.
Great. If UPS can cut down drivers to say under 2/3 after all these buyouts are said and done, eventually UPS could step away from the union and have cheaper labor like FedEx or Amazon to do what we do out here. But because we're unionized, that's really hard for UPS to be able to maneuver and pull off in this given time. Now, $150,000, pretty nice. I've been with the company 4 years. I am 27 years old, and my health and body is still where I need it to be to perform doing this job day in and day out. But for somebody that might be older, maybe 40, 50, body might be starting to kind of throw some check engine lights or whatever, or you're just looking to retire early, or maybe you even have a business on the side and you want to invest that money into your business and try to do something, I could see you wanting to take the $150,000. Me personally, I'm going to wait. I feel like it's a matter of time before UPS offers more. If you think about it, if they want to start
I
offering
don't think they're going to offer more. I do not think they're going to offer more. What do you all think?
300,000 to $500,000, maybe even close to $1 million to retire and walk away from UPS and the union, that would be something to consider. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's a lot of money to just walk away and retire. Hear me out. In the grand scheme of things, yes, 300 to 500 to maybe even $1 million per driver to retire sounds like a lot. But for a company that makes billions every year, you bite the bullet now, you're able to make more money in the long run by hiring cheaper labor. So mark my words, it's just a matter of time.
You know, I believe that is true. You know, they'll bite the bullet now, but to increase it, I don't think so. What do you all think? Have you seen this happen in the past? Someone said in the comment section, I worked there 28 years as a driver. I would have taken it if I was offered it when I was ready to retire, but $150,000 is peanuts for a young man. Keep your job, young man. I would question how much he makes per year and then see how much of that money is actually going to, you know, last him. They're obviously going to tax it as well. So he may get significantly less than 150 grand. And again, according to the last clip, everybody's not getting 150 grand. I would take the 150 grand though. If it was 75 grand after taxes, which is about 50%, I would take that too. Because he's young. I mean, like, you can find another job, and 75 grand in your pocket, like, bro, like, let's be real. If you won't making 75 grand a year, there shouldn't be no reason why it's out of money within that first year. You can find another job within that first year and then have that money working for you. And now you have active cash flow all over again from you working a job. You know what I'm saying? And UPS is a very physical job. Let me say that as well. All respect to the UPS workers and drivers and truck loaders and everything. I worked there for 3 months, a little bit over a year ago, and I was loading trucks, and we were loading 3 to 4 trucks at a time. For those who don't know, every truck might carry around 200 to maybe 350, if I'm remembering correctly, 350 boxes, all at different weights. It could be from, 2 pounds to like 70 pounds. It's a damn workout. I'm good. I work out 5 days a week. I've been doing it for 10 plus years. I'm good on that, bro. My body was hurting like I don't know what. I don't know how some of them dudes was doing it, but I'm a weightlifter, and apparently my body won't used to that. So that wasn't a long journey at all. But let's continue on.
Hey, y'all. Everybody's talking about that buyout right now. What are your thoughts on it? I'm staying. That pension and our healthcare means way more to me than 150 grand.
I forgot about that, paying healthcare and, insurance and stuff like that.
I just have a hard time, especially after taxes. I mean, what's it going to be, like 85,000 maybe? I don't know. I mean, I guess if
Man, I'd take that money, bro. I mean, you're young. You can still pay your health insurance on a month-to-month basis, find your own for a little bit. What would you have done if you were her, or if you were the other guy who were younger, or if you're the same age? What would you have done?
you're about to retire or, think you're going to get laid off, then it's worth it. But I'm good where I'm at. I'm going to keep on trucking and moving up that list. But if you decide to take it, best of luck. Hope y'all find something that you enjoy, because this is a tough.
Let's see what the comment section has to say. If you don't take it, UPS will find any little thing to fire you in the future. Watch what I tell you. A person underneath that said, exactly, brother. They even hire a new company. They're going to be doing it. They're going to be doing observations on top of what the supervisors are already doing. Yeah, I would have taken it, man. I ain't going to hold you. I would have taken it, but you know what I'm saying? I wonder how long they have to make that decision. I would be searching for a job, and then once I find a job, I'm taking that. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking that.
Brickyard media, we up 150K. Yep, 150K. It was announced today, so the next round of buyouts, full-time driver buyouts, were announced today, and they're offering 150,000, 150 bands. Okay, are you gonna take it? But I guarantee you, there's nuances involved, and we're gonna break down what those nuances are. But however, it was announced today, 150,000. Brickyard media.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are nuances. Someone said, is this 150K along with your normal retirement benefits or just 150K in lieu of your retirement benefits? No, after taxes, you can make that even 7 months working. Interesting. I wonder how much they're going to take in taxes. Anyways, let me know if you took it. If you know someone who took it, are they happy with their decision? What would you do in a scenario like this? I'm curious. Let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, subscribe if you like the content. I will see you guys on the next one. I'm out. Peace. All right, my people, that is it for today's Profit First show. We're going to go live tomorrow as well, so I'm super excited for that. It's either tomorrow or tonight. But anyways, I'm going to have more clips for you guys as well. Let me know in the comment section, what do you all think about the show? What are the things that you all want to see? And I think I have an email set up already for you guys to submit clips and topics to that you want me to react to as well. Anyways, I appreciate every single one of you all who have watched and taken value. All right, and that are subscribed. I will see you guys in the next show. I'm out. Peace.